Hello everyone, welcome back to Crack Grade B to another session of PIB. So today we will discuss important PIB article from 3rd and 4th of July. Before starting the class, just let me know am I audible or not, then we will start the class. Am I audible? Okay. Chaliye, let's start today's class with few MCQs from the last class only and few MCQs from the April month. Okay, let's start. So the first question is here, read it and then tell me the correct answer in the comment section. Good evening everyone. I'm good everyone. आप लोग बताइए आप लोग कैसे हैं? Okay, very good. So when was Expert Committee on Climate Finance constituted by the IFSCA? It was constituted in 2023. We have discussed about this committee and the report that is being released by this committee in the last class only. So this committee was constituted in 2023. By which authority? By the IFSCA. So remember these facts, okay? Chaliye. Now we have the second MCQ. Read it and then tell me the correct answer. Anyone? Yes, very good everyone. So who chaired the expert committee on climate finance constituted by the IFC? It was chaired by the Shri Dhruba Purkayastha. So you need to remember the name of this person as well, that this expert committee on climate finance was chaired by the Shri Dhruba Purkayastha. Okay, याद रहेगा आप सबको? चलिए. Now let's move to the third MCQ. Very easy one for all of you. I know everyone knows the correct answer of this question. Read it and then tell me the correct answer. According to the Expert Committee on Climate Finance, world needs how much climate investments by 2050 to achieve net zero emissions? Yes, very good everyone. The world needs around $125 trillion of investment to achieve the net zero targets by 2050. Now you have to tell me, India को कितनी ज़रूरत है climate finance की? How much climate finance India needs to achieve our net zero target by 2070? किसी को पता है? याद है? कल ही पढ़ा हमने. Okay. Anyone else? Yes, very good. It's $10 trillion. So India needs $10 trillion of investments to achieve our target of net zero by 2070. Yes, very good everyone. चलिए, let's move to the next MCQ. Okay, read it and then tell me the correct answer in the comment section. Anyone who can give me the correct answer of this question? Okay, someone is saying 1 and 4. Okay. Am I audible? Anyone who can tell me whether my voice is clear or not? Okay, चलिए. So बताइए इस क्वेश्चन का करेक्ट आंसर कौन कौन बताएगा मेरे को? Okay, चलिए. I will speak louder. So very good. Many students have given me the correct answer. So the question is about the identify the incorrect statements with respect to the Global Partnership on Artificial Intelligence, that is GPA. So the first statement says that it was established in 2021. So this is a wrong fact. Now you have to tell me when was this Global Partnership on Artificial Intelligence established? बताइए. Yes, very good. It was established in 2020. Now the second statement says it is established with 15 member countries. So yes, this fact is absolutely correct. Please increase the volume now. Low. Okay, wait for a second. हेलो एवरीवन, अब ठीक है? हेलो एनीवन? ओके, एक बार सब प्लीज मुझे बता दीजिए whether my voice is clear or not. Is it fine for everyone? Okay, Lalit is saying again low. Okay, I should continue this lecture. Clear? Okay, still low. Okay, then just wait for a few seconds. Hello everyone, is it fine now? Shall we continue? Okay, चलिए. Okay, so we were discussing this MCQ. Okay, चलिए. So the second statement said it is established with 15 member countries. Yes, when this partnership was set up, it was established with the 15 member countries only, and now it comprises of 29 members. So the third statement is absolutely correct. Now the fourth statement says GPAI is being supported by a secretariat hosted by OECD and the two center of expertise. One is in Montreal and the another was is in Italy. So this statement is absolutely incorrect. Now you have to tell me the correct fact. Yes, very good, Marshi. So this is being supported by the secretariat hosted by OECD and the two center of expertise. One is in Montreal and the another one is in Paris. Okay, so you need to remember this fact. Now the fifth statement says it works under 4 core themes, that is responsible AI, data governance, future of work and capacity building. So this statement is absolutely incorrect. Now you have to tell me the correct fact. बताइए everyone. Yes, absolutely correct. The fourth theme is not capacity building. It is something else. किसी को याद है क्या है? Anyone? Yes, very good. The fourth theme is innovation and commercialization. And commercialization. So you need to remember the name of these 4 core themes of this GPAI, because you never know, it can be asked in your phase 2 exam as well, because it is very much important. Now this question asks you to identify the incorrect statement. So 1, 4, 5 is our correct answer. Option number 3. Chaliye, now we have this question. Read it and then tell me the correct answer. So with which country India conducted joint military exercise Maitri? India conducted this joint military exercise with which country? With Thailand. So you need to remember this fact, because you know it can be asked in your phase 1 examination. Defense is a favorite topic of the examiners who basically frame questions in the phase 1. So military exercises jo bhi hote hain, it is very much important for your exam. So exercise Maitri is being conducted between India and Thailand. And location बताइए आप लोग मुझे. What is the location where it was conducted? बताइए where it was conducted. At least you can tell me the name of the country. India में हुआ, कहाँ पे हुआ? So it held in Thailand. So you need to remember this thing, that this year this exercise held in Thailand, and this was the 13th edition. So you need to remember the edition as well. Okay. चलिए. Now this MCQ is from your April month. Let's see कितने लोगों ने रिवाइज किया. Read it and then tell me the correct answer. Anyone who can give me the correct answer of this question? Anyone? So this question is about the Ayushman Bharat health accounts, which we have discussed in the April month. Okay, you need to identify the correct statement. Someone is saying 1, 2 and 3. Okay. Options, no Akhilesh, I will not show you the options, because you know what I believe, that in my class that you are here for the revision or recalling purposes. Okay, we are not here for the elimination practices. ठीक है, तो exam में obviously आपको आता होगा, you will be able to eliminate your options, but in my class I will prefer कि आप थोड़ा सा अपने दिमाग पे जोर दीजिए and खुद ही पहचाने कि क्या सही है क्या गलत है. ठीक है, elimination तो आप लोग exam में कर ही लेंगे. Okay, so let's discuss it. So first question says, it is an account number used to link all the health records of a person. It aims to provide a seamless and efficient financial framework for implementing the Ayushman Bharat digital mission. So this fact is absolutely incorrect, because it aims to provide seamless and efficient financial framework for the implementation of Ayushman Bharat initiative. याद रहेगा अब आप लोग को आयुष्मान भारत स्कीम. ठीक है, so ये बात याद रखनी है, that this Ayushman Bharat health accounts aims to provide a seamless and efficient financial framework for the Ayushman Bharat scheme. ठीक है, याद रखना है इसको. Now the second statement says, any individual can enroll in Ayushman Bharat digital mission to generate a 14-digit unique health identification number or ABHA free of cost. Yes, if you want to enroll or if you want to get your ABHA ID, then obviously you have to enroll in this Ayushman Bharat digital mission, and it is a 14-digit unique health identification number that you need to remember. Okay. Now the third statement says it has 4 components, that is beneficiary identification, funds management, claim settlement and real-time monitoring. So this statement is absolutely incorrect. Now you have to tell me the correct components of this initiative. Anyone who can tell me the correct initiative? Who can tell me the correct component? Yes, very good, Marshi. Because the 4 components of is by beneficiary identification, funds management, claim settlement and audit and oversight. Audit and oversight. Okay, you need to remember this thing. Now the fourth statement says this initiative is an integral component of Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya. So this fact is absolutely correct, that you need to remember that this ABHA initiative is an integral component of Pradhan Mantri Ayushman Bharat Jan Arogya Yojana. And if you want to get your ABHA ID, then you have to enroll in the Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. याद रहेगा ये बात? चलिए, so you need to identify the correct statement. So correct statement हमारे कौन से हैं? Second is correct and the fourth is correct. So our correct answer will be second and fourth. So our correct answer is option number second. ठीक है? Now this one small news from your phase 1 of April news. Now you have to tell me the correct answer. So CAR T-cell therapy is India's first homegrown gene therapy for cancer. It is developed by which IIT with Tata Memorial Hospital? So it is being developed by the IIT Bombay with Tata Memorial Hospital. Okay, so you need to remember this thing. Why this news is important? Because it is India's first homegrown gene therapy for cancer. That you need to remember. Okay, याद रहेगा सबको? Very good. चलिए. Now let's move to today's class. So the first news is of Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. So recently, Ministry of New and Renewable Energy has released the scheme guidelines for funding of testing facilities, infrastructure and institutional support for the development of standards and regulatory framework under the National Green Hydrogen Mission. Now, as we have discussed n number of scheme guidelines under this initiative, that is National Green Hydrogen Mission, now you can easily understand the importance of this mission. ठीक है? क्योंकि हर महीने में 2 या 3 बार we are discussing about the various guidelines that is being released under this mission. Now, first of all, you have to tell me when was National Green Hydrogen Mission launched? Launch date बताइए, बताइए, launch year क्या है? Exactly, Maharshi. Now you have to tell me. Yes, very good. So this National Green Hydrogen Mission was launched in 2023. What is the total outlay? Anyone who can tell me the total outlay of this initiative? What is the total outlay? See, this initiative is very much important for your examination, and we have discussed about this initiative earlier as well, and you have to revise it on a continuous basis. Yes, very good. So the total outlay is 19,744 crore rupees. Now it comes under the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. With the help of this initiative, what government wants? Government wants to promote the production and adoption of green hydrogen in the country. Basically to promote the green mobility in the country, to reduce our dependence on the oil, and ultimately to achieve the Sustainable Development Goal number 7, which talks about clean and affordable energy, and Sustainable Development Goal number 13, which talks about the climate action. Okay? So it is the basic purpose of this initiative, and recently these guidelines have been launched by the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. For what purpose? To provide financial support to the industry to upgrade the existing testing infrastructure and basically to set up new testing infrastructure across the country. Okay? Now there are n number of facts and figures that you have to remember with respect to these guidelines. Okay? The guidelines are बहुत important है. You cannot leave even a single thing. Okay? Now the first fact that you have to remember, that the total budgetary outlay of this. Okay. कैसी disturbance है? Can you please tell me? Okay. I don't know what is happening. Is it fine now? Is it fine now? Okay. What should I do now? अब कैसे आ रही है आवाज? Is it bearable? And nobody is beating table here and there. Okay, I'm the only one in this room. Okay, everything fine? करें क्लास कंटिन्यू फिर? Okay, चलिए let's start. So the total budgetary outlay of these guidelines is rupees 200 crores and till financial year 2026. So you need to remember this fact that the expenditure of this whole guideline will be provided from the budget of National Green Hydrogen Mission. This thing you need to remember. And what is the total outlay? 200 crores and till financial year 2026. तो ये बात याद रखनी है. Next important fact that you have to remember is now the next is scheme implementing agency. Now who is the implementing agency of this initiative? The implementing agency is National Institute of Solar Energy. So you need to remember the scheme implementing agency. Who is the implementing agency? National Institute of Solar Energy, and they will basically charge zero service charge of at the rate of 0.5% of the total financial support that will be provided under these guidelines. So suppose अगर इस guideline में 200 करोड़ का टोटल फाइनेंशियल सपोर्ट प्रोवाइड किया जाएगा, सो इस 200 करोड़ का 0.5% will take basically this organization, that is National Institute of Solar Energy, will charge 0.5% of the total project sanction under this initiative. So you need to remember these facts and figures. ठीक है, तो सबसे पहले क्या याद रखना है? That 200 करोड़ है and ये रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट के बजट से नहीं दिया जाएगा. It will be provided from the overall budget of the National Green Hydrogen Mission. Okay, so you need to remember this thing. What is the total outlay? The total outlay of 200 crore. Financial year कब तक है? Financial year 2026. Remember this thing. Who is the implementing agency? National Institute of Solar Energy, and they will charge service charge at the rate of 0.5%. Remember this fact. Okay. Now let's move to funding and disbursement का क्या सीन है इसमें? So the government said that if you are government entity, then we will provide you funding up to 100% of the capital cost, and if you are non-government entity, then we will provide you fund up to 70% of the capital cost. So you need to remember this fact that if you are government aided entity, then government will give you up to 100% of the capital cost, and if you are non-government entity, then government will give you only up to 70% of the capital cost. तो ये हमेशा याद रखना है कि अगर government entity हो तो government said that आप हमारे ही हो, so we will give you up to 100% of the capital cost as a financial support. If you are non-government entity, then obviously we will give you up to 70% only. So याद रहेगा, ठीक है? And government said, ठीक है, we will give you up to 15% of the total financial support for your operational expenses up to a period of 4 years. So what government said that ठीक है, we will provide you the cost, we will provide you the fund for your operational expenses as well. Now operational expenses क्या होते हैं? जो हम day to day जो हमारे खर्चे होते हैं. So operational expenses के लिए government will give you the up to 15% of the total financial support, and that too for a period of up to 4 years. तो ये बात याद रखनी है. Government aided entity हो तो up to 100%, and if you are not non-government entity, then 70%, then up to 70%, and operational expenses के लिए up to 15%. और कितने सालों के लिए मिलेगा आपको? Up to a maximum of 4 years. ठीक है, so ये सारी बातें आपको याद रखनी है. I repeat so many things again and again so that आपके दिमाग में वो सारी बातें फिट हो जाएं. ठीक है. Okay, now the disbursement. Now how government will disperse all the funds to the beneficiaries, to the eligible companies. So government said that we will give you, when you will be selected under this initiative, we will give you 20% of the central financial assistance. यानी कि जितना भी हमने वादा किया है आपको, उसका we will give you 20%. Now the second installment will be given by the government on milestone basis. यानी कि अगर आपने कुछ progress किया है, if you have achieved something significant, then we will give you the next 70% of the सेंट्रल फाइनेंशियल असिस्टेंस. नाउ ऑन द कंप्लीशन ऑफ द प्रोजेक्ट, जिस भी काम के लिए आपको पैसा दिया गया था, अगर आप कंप्लीट कर लोगे तो द रेस्ट ऑफ द 10% विल बी गिवन बाय द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया. सो बेसिकली द सेंट्रल फाइनेंशियल असिस्टेंस विल बी प्रोवाइडेड इन द 3 स्टेजेस. फर्स्ट इंस्टॉलमेंट विल बी गिवन ऑन योर सिलेक्शन अंडर दिस इनिशिएटिव. तो जब सिलेक्शन हो गया, यू विल गेट द 20% ऑफ द सेंट्रल फाइनेंशियल असिस्टेंस, एंड इफ यू विल अचीव anything significant, then government will give you the 70% of the central financial assistance, and on the completion of the project that was basically approved under this initiative, government will give you the 10% of the rest of the 10% of the central financial assistance. याद रहेगा आप लोगों को. Now what is the timelines and penalty provisions? So government said that okay, we will provide you fund under this initiative. But the one thing that you have to remember this thing, that you cannot divert these funds for any other purpose. If you have taken this fund to basically upgrade your existing testing infrastructure, then you have to use it for the upgradation purpose only. And if you have taken the fund for creation of new infrastructure, then you have to use that fund for that purpose only. You cannot divert these funds for any other purpose. And if you will do so, if you will divert your fund for any other purpose, then you have to refund the entire amount with some interest rate to the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. तो ये बात आप लोग को याद रखनी है, that government said that you cannot divert these funds. If you will do so, then you have to refund the whole amount to the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy with some interest rate. ठीक है? So need to remember these guidelines. Okay. Now the next is, government said that if you are setting up new testing and certification facility, then you have to complete your project within a period of 18 months. What government said? Government said that if you are setting new testing and certification facilities, then you have to complete your project in 18 months. Basically उन्होंने timeline दे दी है, ये नहीं कि आप हमसे पैसे लेके बैठ गए and you are not doing anything. So you have to complete the project within a period of 18 months. And if you are doing upgradation of existing testing and certification facility, then also you have to complete the project within a period of 12 months. So याद रहेगा ये 18 months if you are creating new testing certification facilities. If you are doing upgradation, then government ने क्या बोला है, that you have to do upgradation, you have to complete the project within a period of 12 months. याद रहेगा सबको. Now the next thing is, government said, अब गवर्नमेंट इतनी रिजिड नहीं हो सकती ना. गवर्नमेंट said okay, if you will provide the proper justification about the delay in completing of the project, then government said we can provide you maximum extension of up to 6 months with proper justification. If you are providing proper justification, then government said that you can extend the time period for the completion of project up to 6 months without any penalty. Now beyond this 6 months, अगर आपने इस 6 months के बाद भी अपना प्रोजेक्ट कंप्लीट नहीं कर पाए, then you have to take a special permission from the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy and you have to pay the suitable penalties as well. So अगर आप 18 months से 6 months तक extend कर रहे हो in the first instance, then you don't have to pay any penalty. But beyond these further 6 months of extension, beyond this 6 months, now government said that first of all you have to take a approval from the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy and you have to pay me the penalty amount as well. ठीक है? So ये बात याद रखनी है आपको. Now the next is project completion. So जो भी हमारी scheme implementing agency है, in this case National Institute of Solar Energy है. So National Institute of Solar Energy has to submit the project completion report to whom? To the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy within a period of 1 month from the completion of the project. So basically the scheme implementing agency will take care of this thing कि project complete हुआ है या नहीं हुआ है. अगर हो गया है, so they have to submit the project completion report to the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Okay, so these are the few facts that you have to remember with respect to this initiative. Okay, next news we have of Niti Aayog. So Niti Aayog has recently launched the Sampurnta Abhiyan and it is a 3-month campaign. You have to remember this date as well because you never know. RBI exam में आपसे यही पूछ लिया जाएगा कि what is the time period of this Sampurnta Abhiyan. So किसने launch किया? सबसे पहले important fact that this Sampurnta Abhiyan, that it is a 3-month campaign, is being launched by the Niti Aayog. Remember this fact. Okay. Now from 4th July to 30th September 2024. याद रहेंगी सारी बातें. नीति आयोग ने लॉन्च किया है. इट इज अ 3-month कैंपेन स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम 4th July to 30th September 2024. Remember this fact. Now what is this campaign all about? Now with the help of this campaign, Niti Aayog wants to achieve the 100% of the saturation rate in the 12 key performance indicators. In the 12 key performance indicators. Now what are these key performance indicators? Basically these key performance indicators are specifically focusing on the pregnant women health, children health, and with the help of this initiative, Niti Aayog also wants to focus on the self-help groups and on the farmers also, and on the school infrastructure as well. So we will discuss these 12 key performance indicators, but उससे पहले बस हमें ये समझना है that Niti Aayog has launched this initiative to achieve the 100% of the success rate in the implementation of these 12 key performance indicators, and these key performance indicators are specifically focusing on the pregnant women, on the children, on the screening of diseases, on the screening of various diseases, on the self-help group, and also they also want to focus on farmers and etc. So you need to understand the whole purpose of all this initiative. Now we will discuss the facts and figures that you have to remember. Okay, chaliye. So as I told you that Niti Aayog said that we will achieve the 12 key performance indicators, basically to improve the socio-economic condition of the people. Now out of these 12 key performance indicators, we want to achieve the 6 key performance indicators in the aspirational district and 6 key performance district in the aspirational blocks. So 12 है total, but out of those 12, 6 will be achieved in the aspirational districts and 6 will be achieved in the aspirational blocks. Remember this fact. Okay, now टारगेट मैंने बता दिया, अचीव 100% सैचुरेशन ऑफ 12 की सोशल सेक्टर इंडिकेटर्स. ठीक है, नाउ वी विल डिस्कस अबाउट दिस टारगेट्स. ठीक है, इसको ऐसे पूरा वर्ड टू वर्ड याद रखने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है आप लोगों को, जस्ट रिमेंबर, मोटा मोटा याद रखेंगे कि क्या है. सो 6 की आइडेंटिफाइड परफॉर्मेंस इंडिकेटर अक्रॉस ऑल एस्पिरेशनल ब्लॉक्स. सो एस्पिरेशनल ब्लॉक्स में क्या की परफॉर्मेंस इंडिकेटर्स है? फर्स्ट, द फोकस इज ऑन प्रेग्नेंट वुमेन, person screened for diabetes, person screened for hypertension, then the pregnant woman taking supplementary nutrition or not. So just मोटा मोटा याद रखिए कि pregnant woman की बात हो रही है. Then we are focusing on the screening of diseases like diabetes and hypertension. Then we are focusing on the nutritional aspect of the pregnant woman. ठीक है, so you need to remember these things. Then we have the percentage of soil health card generated. So basically we are focusing on the farmers as well. Then we are focusing on the self help group as well. तो बस पॉइंट याद रखना है जो हाईलाइट किया गया है. सॉइल हेल्थ कार्ड के बारे में बात की है. दे आर फोकसिंग ऑन द सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप एज वेल. देन दे आर फोकसिंग ऑन द स्क्रीनिंग ऑफ डिसीजेस लाइक डायबिटीज एंड हाइपरटेंशन. देन दे आर फोकसिंग ऑन द न्यूट्रिशनल एक्सपेक्ट ऑफ प्रेग्नेंट वुमेन एज वेल. सो बस क्या है, मोटा मोटा याद रखना है कि ये जो 6 पैरामीटर्स है ये इनके बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. ओके, नाउ we have the 6 key identified KPIs for whom? For aspirational districts. So अब इसमें क्या है पैरामीटर्स? सेम, pregnant women registered for antenatal care. So the focus is on pregnant women. Again the nutritional aspect of pregnant women. Now we are focusing on the children fully immunized. You need to remember this time period, that is from 9 to 11 months. Then we are focusing on the soil health cards distribution, schools with functional electricity, and schools providing textbooks. So you need to focus on that when we are moving towards districts, then we are focusing on, अभी हमने क्या बात किया, अभी हमने डिसीज की बात नहीं कर रहे हैं इसमें. We are talking about the children fully immunized and about the schools with functional electricity and the providing textbooks or not. ठीक है, so these are the only, I think 1, 2 and 3. 3 parameters are different from the earlier parameters that were for the aspirational blocks. Now I am talking about aspirational blocks and aspirational districts, but मैंने आपको ये नहीं बताया कि कौन है ये aspirational districts and the aspirational blocks. So basically, as you all have heard about this aspirational district program and the aspirational block program of the Niti Aayog. So this program has basically identified the various aspirational districts and aspirational blocks. Now these aspirational districts and the aspirational blocks are the most backward districts and the most backward blocks of the country. Now with the help of this initiative, Niti Aayog wants to take necessary initiative so that the socio-economic condition of the people who are living in districts and in these aspirational blocks can be improved. Now we will discuss the some facts and figures that you have to remember with respect to this initiative. These initiatives are very much important for examination, ठीक है? So इसको बिल्कुल भी neglect नहीं करना है. Now this aspirational district program was launched in 2018 and this aspirational block program was launched in 2023. So याद रहेगा that this aspirational district program was launched in 2018. Remember this fact. And this aspirational block program was launched in January 2023. याद रखना है. And how many aspirational districts are there? 112. And how many aspirational blocks are there? 500 blocks. Now the key focus area, they are working on these 5 themes. So you need to remember these 5 themes. So aspirational district में 5 themes क्या है? Health and nutrition, education, agriculture and water resources, financial inclusion and skill development. Next is infrastructure. When we are talking about the aspirational block, again there are 5 themes, but the themes are a bit different when we are coming to the blocks. So first is health and nutrition, second is education, third is agriculture and allied services, fourth is basic infrastructure, fifth is social development. So you need to identify the difference. Difference कहाँ पे आ गया? That here we are talking about agriculture and water resources, and in this case we are talking about the agriculture and allied services. So this is the difference. Now the second, when we are talking about the districts, so we are talking about financial inclusion, but when we are talking about the blocks, we are talking about the basic infrastructure. And here also skill development पे भी focus हो रहा है, but यहाँ पे we are talking about the overall social development. ठीक है? So you need to just wait for a few. Okay. ठीक है? So you need to remember the 5 themes as well. Now progress is measured when we are measuring the progress of these districts or blocks. Then Niti Aayog uses the 81 indicators to measure the improvement in these aspirational districts, and we are using 40 indicators when we are measuring the improvement in this aspirational blocks and when we are basically evaluating their performance, how well they are performing in the country. Okay, so these are the few very important facts and figures that you have to remember. Okay, this news is very much important for exam. Okay, next news. So ये news बहुत simple है, ठीक है? इसमें बस एक fact है जो आपको याद रखना है, that this smart cities mission, which basically wants to improve the quality of life in 100 cities, has now been extended till March 2025. So you need to remember this fact that this smart cities mission is now being extended till March 2025. You need to remember the month as well, because you know they will confuse you by giving the options like March 2025 and June 2025, then you will get confused. So you need to remember that this mission has been extended till March 2025. Remember this fact, and in the next class you have to revise this smart city mission. Okay, we will discuss some MCQ over this mission, so you need to revise the whole initiative. Okay, chaliye, now let's move to phase 1 news. Today we have few phase 1 news as well, जैसे कि हमेशा ही होती है, phase 1 news ज़्यादा होती है. So the first news is, I hope, is it clear now? So the first news is bilateral international series. So this bilateral international series held in England. So who won this bilateral international series? Indian deaf cricket team won this bilateral international series against the England, and it was a T20 match. So you need to remember this fact that this bilateral international series has been won by Indian deaf cricket team against England, and it was a T20 match. और ये कहाँ पे हुआ है series? England में. Remember this fact, okay? Now the next news is Ministry of Rural Development and Ministry of Small and Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises has joined hands. Now why they have joined hands? So in this case, just remember this thing, Ministry of Rural Development and Ministry of MSME has joined hands for what purpose? Basically to collaborate or to formalize the women self-help group in the country, basically by integrating these women self-help group to the schemes of or the initiatives of Ministry of MSMEs. So what we want to do, we want to formalize this women self-help group and we want to strengthen their capacity by collaborating with the Ministry of MSME, now these women self-help group can take the advantages of the various initiatives of the Ministry of MSME. याद रहेगा सबको? Now the next news is very easy news. Rajmarg Yatra app. So you need to remember this thing, that this Rajmarg Yatra app has been launched by the National Highway Authority of India. So बस इसमें ये याद रखना है कि किसने लॉन्च किया है. So किसने लॉन्च किया है? National Highway Authority of India ने क्या लॉन्च किया है? Rajmarg Yatra app. And with the help of this app, government will basically, National Authority of India of National Highway Authority of India basically wants to provide every information about the national highways to the national users with the help of this app. So याद रखना है, Rajmarg Yatra app, National Highway Authority of India. With the help of this app, government wants to ensure that the information, essential information, is being provided to the national highway users with respect to the national highways. याद रहेगा सबको? Now the next is 15 Finance Commission grants to panchayats in Kerala. So it is specifically for the Kerala, but still it was in PIB. So you can remember this fact that 5337 crore was given to the Kerala. Okay. Now the next is 86th session of the Executive Committee of Codex Alimentarius Commission. So this commission basically, this commission aims to ensure the health of citizens. This committee basically, this commission aims to ensure the good health of the people of the world by ensuring the fair practices in the food trade. So you need to remember that this Codex Alimentarius Commission focuses on improving or basically promoting the fair practices in the international food trade. Okay, so this session held at Food and Agriculture Organization headquarters in Rome. So you need to remember this fact that this session held at Rome. Okay, and one fact about this Codex Alimentarius Commission. So this commission is established by the Food and Agriculture Organization and the World Health Organization. So remember this fact that this Codex Committee was established by the Food and Agriculture Organization and World Health Organization. याद रहेगा सबको? Now the next thing is Union Health Ministry issues advisory to states in view of Zika virus cases from Maharashtra. So this news is not very much important, but what is important here? That India reported first Zika virus case from Gujarat state in 2016. So you need to remember this fact that India reported its first Zika virus case in 2016 and in the state of Gujarat. Just remember this fact, okay? Now the next is, who is the chairperson of National Medical Commission? So the chairperson of this National Medical Commission is Dr. B.N. Gangadhar. So you need to remember this fact that who is the chairperson of National Medical Commission? It is Dr. B.N. Gangadhar. Okay. Okay. चलिए. Joint military exercise nomadic elephant. So in this case, you need to remember this fact that the 16th edition of this nomadic exercise nomadic elephant held between India and Mongolia. So you need to remember this fact that the 16th edition of exercise nomadic elephant held between India and Mongolia and it held at Umrao, Meghalaya. So you need to remember this fact. क्या है? Nomadic exercise, nomadic elephant exercise 16th edition held between India and Mongolia. Location कहाँ पे है? Umrao, Meghalaya. Remember this fact, okay? Now the next is Technology Development Fund Scheme. So I think we have discussed about this initiative earlier as well. Now this Technology Development Fund is a flagship program of Ministry of Defense. So you need to remember this fact that this Technological Development Fund is a flagship program of Ministry of Defense and it is being executed by the DRDO. So remember this fact that it is a flagship program of Ministry of Defense. Remember this thing. And it is executed by whom? It is executed by the DRDO. Okay. So you need to remember this fact. Just wait for a few seconds. याद रहेगा सबको? Now with the help of this Technological Development Fund, Ministry of Defense wants to ensure that with the help of this fund, basically Ministry of Defense will provide the financial support to various stakeholders, to various industries to develop technologies that can basically improve the efficiency and effectiveness of the armed personals. Okay, so you need to remember this thing, that it is basically we will develop the technologies for our defense sector to improve their efficiency and effectiveness. Okay, so दो फैक्ट याद रखने हैं, किसका प्रोग्राम है, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ डिफेंस का, एग्जीक्यूट कौन कर रहा है, DRDO, याद रहेगा सबको. Now the next is Ministry of Education to provide ICT labs and smart classrooms in all functional Kasturba Gandhi Balika Vidyalayas and hostels. So in this news, just remember one fact, that this Kasturba Gandhi Balika Vidyalayas and hostel is for the disadvantaged groups, and it is basically it is the residential school program for the poor girls or for the girls who belong to the disadvantaged communities. And residential school की schooling कहाँ से मिलेगी, from class 6 to class 12. So these are the residential schools specifically for the students of class 6 to class 12, and it is specifically for the girls who belongs to the disadvantaged communities. Okay, बस इसमें ये याद रखना है. Now Food Corporation of India procures wheat. So Food Corporation of India has procured 266 lakh metric tons of wheat during the Rabi marketing season of financial year 2025. So in this news, just remember this fact, that Food Corporation of India has procured 266 lakh metric tons of wheat during the Rabi marketing season of financial year 2025. Now why Food Corporation of India has procured wheat? Basically to distribute these wheat under the PDS system to ensure the food security of the country. Now why we are focusing on food security? Obviously to improve the health and well-being of the people and to achieve the sustainable development goal number 2 that talks about zero hunger. Okay, so याद रहेगी ये बातें. कितना प्रोक्योर किया है, 266 lakh metric tons during the Rabi marketing season financial year 2025. Okay, and center has dispersed around 2.3 lakh crore directly to the bank accounts of 1.29 crore farmers towards the purchase of paddy and wheat at MSP. So कितना MSP पे center ने disperse किया है, around 2.3 lakh crore. So you just need to remember this fact. And what is the MSP of wheat? It is 2275 rupees per quintal for wheat. Just remember this thing, MSP of wheat is 2,275 rupees per quintal. Okay. Now the next is coal production from captive and commercial coal mines registered growth during the first quarter. Just remember the growth rate. ठीक है, the production of coal has increased by 35% from 29.26 metric tons to 39.53 metric tons. So remember this thing. Now the next is 2 days Global India AI Summit 2024 concludes. So as we have discussed about this news last time also in the last class only, one thing you need to remember, that recently OECD and the Global Partnership on Artificial Intelligence has joined hands to promote the ethical use of artificial intelligence across the country. ठीक है, and now बस you need to remember this thing, that the collaboration, in this collaboration there are around 44 member countries across the 6 continents. तो क्या याद रखना है, that OECD has collaborated with this Global Partnership on Artificial Intelligence to promote the ethical and responsible use of AI across the globe, and currently it consists of 44 members. So at this event they also discuss about the future vision of GPAI. So in the future vision I will basically motivate everyone and I will suggest everyone that you all need to remember these keywords only, that the future vision focuses on the recognition, acknowledgement, share, reaffirm, recall and recognize the New Delhi 2023 GPAI Ministerial Declaration, where they basically talked about that we need to develop artificial intelligence, we need to promote artificial intelligence, but not at the cost of any individual. We need to develop, we need to use it, but more ethically and in a more responsible manner. So just remember these keywords here. Okay. Now the next is 102nd International Day of Cooperatives. So 102nd International Day of Cooperatives. So International Day of Cooperative is observed every year on first Saturday of July. So what you need to remember, that International Day of Cooperative is being observed on first Saturday of July. Just remember this fact, that International Day of Cooperative is celebrated every year on the first Saturday of July. Remember this fact, since 1923. Now what is the theme of this 102nd International Cooperatives Day? It is cooperatives build a better future for all. So what is the theme? Cooperatives build a better future for all. Now you need to remember this fact as well, that year 2025 has been declared as the International Year of Cooperatives. So year 2025 has been declared as a आई थिंक थोड़ी सी दिक्कत हो गई है कुछ. सो जो अगर एक आध न्यूज उसमें कुछ रह गई होगी तो वी विल डिस्कस इट इन द नेक्स्ट क्लास. आई होप एवरीथिंग इज फाइन. ठीक है, तो अभी हम क्या बात कर रहे थे, दैट इंटरनेशनल कोऑपरेटिव डे को कब सेलिब्रेट किया जाता है? फर्स्ट सैटरडे ऑफ जुलाई एवरी ईयर since 1923. remember this fact. what was the theme of 2024 international cooperative day? theme क्या था? cooperatives build a better future for all. remember this fact. now you need to remember another fact, that year 2025 is declared as the international year of cooperatives. so याद रहेगी बात, international year of cooperatives कौन सा ईयर है वो? 2025. ठीक है, तो सो द नेक्स्ट न्यूज वाज अबाउट द इंडेक्स ऑफ 8 कोर इंडस्ट्रीज. एज ऑलवेज मैं हमेशा आप लोगों को यही बात बोलती हूँ, दैट यू डोंट नीड टू रिमेंबर द मंथली डेटा. अभी नहीं पढ़ना है. कब पढ़ेंगे मंथली डेटा? जब हमें जुलाई और अगस्त का मिलेगा तब. ठीक है, सो अभी क्या पढ़ना है? द फैक्ट्स एंड फिगर्स अबाउट स्टैटिक न्यूज, स्टैटिक पार्ट अबाउट दिस इंडेक्स ऑफ 8 कोर इंडस्ट्रीज. सो क्या है? बेस ईयर क्या है? 2011 एंड 12, एंड इट कंप्राइजेस ऑफ 8 इंडस्ट्रीज: रिफाइनरी प्रोडक्ट्स, electricity industry, steel industry, coal industry, crude oil industry, natural gas industry, cement industry, and the fertilizer industry. And the highest weightage is given to the refinery products and the least weightage is given to the fertilizers. So you need to remember this fact, and it is being released every month by the DPIIT. Okay, remember this fact. Now the next news is compliance of the petroleum and explosives industry must be balanced with public safety. So whatever they are saying, it is not important for us, but what is important, that the concession that is given by this PESO. So PESO gives 80% of the concession for the women entrepreneurs if they want to take license from the PESO, and they will give the 50% concession for the licenses if they want to take the license from the PESO. So you just need to remember these concession rates. Okay, otherwise I think everything is covered. चलिए, that's it for today's class. And I think कोई न्यूज नहीं रही है. बाई चांस अगर उस पेज में कोई न्यूज होगी, और आई विल कवर इट इन द नेक्स्ट क्लास. डोंट वरी. ओके, okay, that's it for today's class. Now if you have any doubt, then you guys can ask, otherwise we will end this session here only. Anything else that you guys can want to ask? Okay, let's end this session here. Keep doing revision on a consistent basis, because revision is the key to clear this examination, as always, because कि बहुत सारा रटना पड़ता है. So रटने के लिए क्या जरूरी है? सबसे ज्यादा revision. Okay, yes Manav, from March it is enough, and from March in the March month also you just need to do the phase 2 news. That's it. Okay, I will not suggest you to do the phase 1 news, just do the phase 2 news of the March month. Okay, अलग अलग तरह के क्रॉप प्रोडक्शन हैं, वो कौन सा डेटा समझ के करें. याद पिछले साल फेज 1 में लेंटिल प्रोडक्शन पूछा था, एंड ये नाबार्ड के लिए तो रेलेवेंट है. यस ऑब्वियसली, यू नो, देखिए कुछ क्वेश्चन ऐसे होंगे जो आपको ऐसे कंफ्यूज करेंगे, एंड मेरा ये मानना है कि अगर इतना सारा डेटा फैक्ट करके एक क्वेश्चन आ गया था, तो कभी कभी आपको कुछ चीजें छोड़नी पड़ती हैं आगे बढ़ने के लिए. ठीक है, मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि यू हैव टू लीव समथिंग, ठीक है, टू गेट समथिंग इन योर लाइफ, बिकॉज क्या है कि यू कैन नॉट डू ईच एंड एवरीथिंग, एंड ट्रस्ट मी विद दिस थिंग कि अगर आप सारा डेटा पढ़ के भी चले जाओगे ना, देन ऑल्सो दे विल आस्क यू समथिंग जो आपने कहीं नहीं पढ़ा होगा. सो पहले से ही माइंडसेट बना के चलिए कि कुछ ना कुछ क्वेश्चन ऐसे एक आध होंगे ही जो मुझे नहीं आते होंगे, एंड इट्स एब्सोल्युटली फाइन. ओके, फेज 1 PIB आई विल सजेस्ट कि मई से करिए आप लोग. ठीक है, मई से करिए मानव. सो महर्षि जितना इंपॉर्टेंट है उस पर सबसे ज्यादा ध्यान दीजिए. बाकी जो बहुत सारा डेटा फैक्ट है, लाइक लेंटिल का प्रोडक्शन, यू कैन लीव दीज थिंग्स, बिकॉज आई थिंक जो इंपॉर्टेंट वाला है वो तो करके चलिए. बाकी जो चीजें वो आप छोड़ भी सकते हैं, बिकॉज कुछ ना कुछ छोड़ना ही पड़ेगा आपको एग्जाम अगर क्रैक करना है. ओके, ओके, चलिए, दैट्स इट फॉर टुडेज क्लास एवरीवन. थैंक यू सो मच एवरीवन.